Well guys, once again it looks like I'm failing on the Amaryllis front. I put these in these little bulb jars around Halloween and I thought I was giving it plenty of time. I kept the water so that it was just touching the bottom of the bulb, and I put it in my sunniest window, which isn't saying much. I have a lot of mature trees over my house. I have overhangs in the architecture of the house, and I also don't have a sunny exposure, so my light isn't great inside. But I put them in my sunniest window, and all of this green exploded out, but no flowers, guys. Now, last year I also had trouble where I just had foliage, and I thought maybe I hadn't kept them completely dark enough. You know, I try to keep growing these same bulbs year after year, and I'm beginning to think that maybe my failure has something to do with the fact that I haven't given it any kind of cold stratification period. And so many bulbs rely on that. I think I read somewhere that Amaryllis do not need that. But I think if I'm still going to grow these puny little bulbs, they're also getting smaller each year. Look, guys. These two actually might have a chance of putting a bloom out because if you can see, they have a lot less foliage. They're a lot shorter. But these have just gone all gangbusters with their foliage, and I think that their energy is being directed into foliage instead of blooms. But guys, look, once again, I'm failing with regrowing my Amaryllis. Now, if I get a new bulb, which I often do, I have no problem growing them. But they have been handled by professionals before they've come into my home. So obviously I'm doing something wrong, and I'm going to chalk it up to not giving it any kind of cold period. I think that all bulbs benefit from at least 6 weeks of being chilled. And I don't know if that means the refrigerator or the freezer. But guys, if you have any experience, now I know a lot of people are successful growing in bulb jars. I don't know how successful Amaryllis do in bulb jars. I know a lot of people will grow paperweights and things. Let me show you what I mean by a bulb jar. It's just a beautiful, I don't know, it's kind of an hourglass shape almost, where the bulb sits on top. And I've kept these filled up. It looks like I need to water the one back here a little bit more. Needs some more water, but look at that lovely root system. And that is what is supporting this huge canopy of leaves. So green is beautiful, but of course you always hope for holiday blooms. But as you can see, I just put the bulbs just so that the water just kind of kisses the bottom of the bulb. And it's been successful with a few, but these actually haven't put out much roots. So we'll see what happens with that, whether we get any flowers at all. But you can see this one right here is a lot shorter than all of these. I have 3 that are really, really putting off lots of foliage. So there we go, guys. I show you every year my Amaryllis plants that are not blooming. I mean, they're still alive. Maybe I should be happy about that. And I put them with this wonderful new gift that I got from my friend Lori. I love this. This could go on the table for serving drinks, but I've been using it to water my plants. And let me show you what it is. It's the neatest thing. It is well, first of all, it's beautiful, and I love this color red. But it's a gurgle pot, and apparently there were many different prototypes, but the man who designed this did it over and over until he finally got the sound of gurgling, almost like a fish. So it's really neat. Let me show you. I'm going to water my plant behind me. Okay, let's give the gurgle pot a try. I've been having lots of fun with this. Let me go ahead and give it a water over here. Oh, did you hear that? So every time you lift it back up, it makes this wonderful gurgling sound. Let's try that again. Oh, that's so much fun. Sometimes pleasing sounds are very underrated. But isn't that fun, guys? That is a fun gift for a gardener. And it's really pretty to have the water just sitting out. I like to have my water out for a day or two before I even use it. Dechlorinates a bit. And then I know that my plants aren't getting a lot of chlorine. So that is a pretty thing to have out as your water dechlorinates. Or like I said, it's pretty for a table to dispense drinks. But I love that, and thank you so much to my dear friend Lori. But guys, once again, a disappointing display from the Amaryllis that I already have. So honestly, I've got to say, I think that maybe I'll give it one more try next year, and I will try to chill these bulbs before I put them out in October, maybe counting 6 weeks back, so they have a chilling period. But let me know what your experience is. If you have experience regrowing bulbs, I've got really great advice from people. And last year I chalked it up to that I didn't keep them in the dark enough. So I did keep them in the dark. I kept them dry. I would say about 10 months or so. These have only been out since Halloween, like I said. But if you have any tips for blooming, I did also at some point put some fertilizer in the water that is supposed to be good for blooming, and that did nothing. So we'll see. I'm going to keep an eye on these. I have a little bit more hope, like maybe the bulb is working on some blooms on those. But clearly the other 3 bulbs that I have put all of their energy into this glorious green foliage, which is also pretty too, but it's not really why you grow Amaryllis. So guys, that is my Amaryllis update, and I'm sorry it hasn't gotten any better than last year, but we can only try. And you know, I have to say, we're all good at growing certain things, and maybe this just isn't the certain thing that is good for me. So that's okay. I will enjoy my greenery here, and I hope you all are having a very happy holiday season. And I'm certainly having lots of fun with my gurgle pot. And I think the design of the handle is what traps air and causes it to gurgle when you tip it back up. So it's lots of fun. I'm really thrilled with that. And I'll keep you posted. If anything good happens, I will give another update. If you don't hear from me otherwise, we'll just pretend this never happened. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.